Hey, good morning, y'all. Hey, yeah, Jesus is still Lord. The devil is defeated, thank God. Hey, the word works. Had somebody write me a note the other day and they said, boy, I wished I had the faith that you do. You do. For God hath dealt to every man the measure of faith. I don't have more faith than you got. Now, I may have taken my time to develop my faith and use my faith a lot, but God's given everybody the same amount. They got to do something with it. You know, I pick up magazines from time to time and I see these little advertisements, if you drink this particular health thing that you're going to be strong and have all these muscles. And I know that's not true. But I got the same muscles that everybody else had. In fact, I saw an article the other day. It had a 75-year-old man in there. Man, he had them six packs down there, big old strong muscles. And he talked about exercising. And he said, if you'll take my program, you can do this. And I thought, well, how about just giving me the body? And I don't have to exercise. See, I got a couple of verses here. Bodily exercise profiteth little. Well, I even need the little. Are you with me on that? Or I like this one, Proverbs 28:1. It says that the evil man is running. Sorry. Reverse that. It says righteous man is not running because nobody's chasing him. I thought, yeah, I like that. So I don't go out and run anymore. I'm going a little bit with that. If I want those big, strong muscles and look big and strong, I'm going to have to go down to the gym and I'm going to have to put some weights against my muscles and my body, and I'm going to have to make it do. Now listen, you have the gift of faith, but you got to use it. You got to apply it. Because faith comes by hearing and hearing by the Word of God. You got to plant that seed of the Word of God. And I'm going to tell you this story. Two of them. Good friend of mine, 30 years ago. Really my father in the faith, he got to where he wouldn't go to meetings. He got to where he didn't watch people on the, television. He got to where, I ain't got time for that. I'm too busy and I don't particularly like that. Well, his faith dried up and now he's, in a pretty miserable state because faith comes by planting the seed of the Word of God on a regular basis. See, you can have a farmer who's very successful, got 1,000 acres of corn and soybeans and, cotton, whatever. But every spring he has to replant that seed. Maybe his house needs repair. Maybe his family needs some work. But if he doesn't plant that seed and takes care of his house and takes care of his family, then come harvest time, he's not going to have a harvest because he didn't do his part. No need in him blaming the Democrats. No need in him blaming the Republicans. No need in him blaming the neighbors. And there's no need in him getting upset because the neighbors has got a good crop and he don't have one. So, I wish I had a crop like that. No, don't do him any good. Look, God didn't come along and say to Kenneth Copeland or to me, Frank, he didn't come along and say, well, I need somebody that's got faith, and just dump it on us. No, we went to the Word. We exercised our faith. We started speaking to the mountains that was in our life. Because faith comes by hearing the Word. You plant the seed of the Word of God. I still go to meetings. I still, listen to a lot of the old tapes that I've got. I've got one series of tapes that I've listened to over 100 times. And every time I do it, I didn't hear that. I still love to listen to Charles Capps and Gloria Copeland, Kenneth Copeland, I like to plant that seed. And I listened, I thought, I knew that, but it became life to me at that point. It's the way it comes. But then you've got to release it by speaking. I speak to my bank account. Spoke to it yesterday. I went to get something and I thought I had some money and I used my debit card and it said, go see the cashier. I didn't have no money in that account. Well, I spoke to it. It said, money, you get in that account you're full. I have an abundance and no lack. The point is you got to exercise it and exercise it and exercise it and do it and do it. And God's not a respecter of persons and he's not going to do for me what he's not going to do for you. But I keep my faith operating all the time. Hey, my time's gone. Let me just give you one more thing. You got to run your car every day to keep the battery charged. Well, you got to run your spirit, man, on the Word of God every day to keep your battery charged. You got to exercise it. So go and get you a faith project. I do that. Sometimes I think I got money to go buy me 3 pair of socks or a pair of BVDs. But sometimes I'll just say, socks come to me. Underwear come to me. I use my faith on a daily basis because the just shall live by faith. And Jesus is Lord. Thank God. Hey, the Word works.